Hey everybody, this is Mark with the Hot Tub Expert Academy. Today I'm going to be showing you how to install a cover cradle onto a cover for a hot spring. First step that you're going to do is to remove the cover from the bag. We want to minimize any damage to the cover, so what we're going to do is we're not going to use any knives. It takes just a second. What you're going to do is you're just going to find the seam in between the plastic and then you're just going to remove the tape inside out. It takes less than 60 seconds and this just makes sure that we're not making any damage to the cover. Once you have your cover out of the bag, you're going to lift up the flap and see which way the warning logo is going to be on. So you want to make sure that that's going to be on the front side. Once you have the warning label facing the front, make sure that you have the cover squared on top of the tub. Go around each of the corners, make sure that the flaps are down and squared up against the sides. Go ahead and flip it in to make sure that the cover doesn't move. Alright, so once you have everything unpackaged, make sure that all your parts and pieces are here. One of my tricks that I do is I keep this little triangle shaped box to put all my hardware in. So you can cut it open and just pour that out in there so you have everything. This is going to be used for everything on top of the cover and the sides. So what I do is I take my pieces. You can see I have these 4 pieces here. These 2 are going to go on the sides and these 2 are going to go on the back, making sure that the screws are facing down like that on the back side. So I kind of go around and arrange everything. Just that way it's there when I need it. Make sure you're not putting anything sharp down onto the cover. Then you have a couple different size screws. So all of these are going to be the flat square heads. So the longer ones, you can see, are going to go onto the sides, where these shorter ones are going to go onto the back. So 4 for each side. Okay, now that you have everything set up, we're going to mount the sides. So you're going to check and make sure that you're looking at the plates again. You're going to find the front plate, and inside the front plate, right in the middle, you're going to feel 2 little holes. That's where the top 2 holes are going to go. So line up your thumb with it. Just find your sides, and then line up your thumb. I always start with the left side towards the front of the cover, and then you just find the middle spot, and it should just pop right in. Screw it in just a little bit so that way it's set there, and then you're going to want to line it up so that way it's flush with the bottom seat. Once you have all the screws tightened on the side, then you can move on to the back 2 pieces. Alright, so same thing, you're going to find it almost in the middle between where the handle is and the side. So you're going to come in here and you can feel the sides here. Now these 2 holes are going to be actually a little bit higher on top, so more closer to the top seam. So same thing, find it with your thumb, move your thumb out of the way, and you should be able to just pop it right in. Repeat those steps for the other 2 mounting plates. Okay, now we're going to work on the back. So in your box, you'll find more hardware pieces. So you have bag number 2, bag number 3, and bag number 4. These are going to be for limelight spas only. These are going to be for hot spots. And then bag number 2, which doesn't really say it, is going to be for your hot spring models and NXTs. So I cut those open and I put those back in the spot. These you can get rid of or save for later usage. So on this back side, what you're going to want to do is remove the screws up top and then put these brackets in, ensuring that the screw holes are going to be on the inside. And then go ahead and tighten those, but not too tight to where they can't rotate. So to make sure they stay stable, go ahead and take this bar and your bolts and go ahead and hand tighten those in. Using your round-headed screws, you're going to make sure that you are totally straight up and down from top to bottom here. And then you're going to drill in these plates. I start with the bottom just to ensure that it goes straight up and down the whole way. So kind of sit and line it up. Go ahead and plug that first one so you're secure. And repeat that process on the other side. Okay, now on the sides, what you're going to do is you're going to install the arm. You're going to remove the screw. And same thing for this one. You want to make sure it's real tight, but not too much that it's going to keep it from swiveling. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is make sure that these two holes are straight up and down vertical, and then you line it up with the stencil here. So make sure that your stencil is flat on the ground on the bottom, and it comes right up to it. Perfect. So you'll be able to get these 3 screws in, but you'll have to open it before you can fit this 4th one in under here. And for these side ones, you're going to be using the flat screws, so that way they stay flush with the tub. Repeat the process for the other side. The last thing that you're going to want to do is install the shocks. So, with the gasket on top, so that way no water can run into it, you're going to want to take it and place the bottom end first, and then you're going to have to put a little bit of weight down on it. And then as it's coming up, just go ahead and pop it in. Go ahead and do the same for the other side too. Once you're fully installed, go ahead and check it out. Make sure that everything is unclipped. Go ahead and flip it back. You're going to need 2 inches of clearance on each side and 24 inches in the back. And once you get it flipped over halfway, push from the middle so you're not torquing it, and have it fold all the way back. Alright everybody, thank you for watching. You have just learned how to install a Cover Cradle 1 on a HotSpring Spa.